Hello people, I am Ferty and this is Great Houses of Calderia. We are back once again with a new campaign, now that the game is out on early access. As I said before, I'm going to basically start a new campaign now that the pre-early access is over, and we're just gonna get right into the game, and hopefully we're gonna make less mistakes than we did last time around. So, no thing about it, we're just going for it. The story so far: Calderia was once known as a paradise. However, the rulers of old grew hungry for power and knowledge, and devastation followed. The exact reasons for the downfall are long forgotten, and for centuries Calderia was taboo and never to be visited again. It seems like a very stupid idea to go back then. When the new emperor learned of the land, he disregarded the warnings of his council and granted the mandate for any noble house to claim parts of the land in his name. Seems like a stupid thing to do. He appointed a viceroy to rule Calderia on his behalf. However, just 2 generations after the recolonization, bickering has risen. Rumors are spreading that the Viceroy himself has succumbed to the same old megalomania that afflicted the rulers of old. As I said, going back was probably a bad idea. But going back to this game was not a bad idea. It's actually a good one, I think. Because I did have a good time around last time around. And we are going to be House 30. And not the capital letters, because that seems like a stupid thing. Continue. I am thinking, as the etiquette of feudalism dictates, each house has different ideals to follow and traditions to value. Every family stands for something. From the beginning we made sure that we were known as, I think, scholars might be a good thing. I went for better spies in the last thing and I didn't really use it. Probably because I didn't get that far in the game, but I'm gonna try this one this time. Choose had a family. It was our parents that led our expedition to recolonize Calderia. Decades later, their time was up, but they left behind a prosperous fiefdom, large family, and the beginnings of a legacy. It came time to choose who among their children would become the new head of family. Right. Who would we want to go for? This one that is incredible in diplomacy, but basically pretty weak in everything else? Or do we want to re-roll? Pardon me. This was bad. I do wonder what decides which stats you get. If it's basically, do you have a certain amount of like traits or points you can get for every family? I actually don't know. Ina is actually really decent. Or she's decent enough, I guess. I was fooled by the high economy. I really want some... Izan is actually really good. I like this one. And this family is decent. I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna go for Izan. He's not married. Kilia is married to Dalmau. Tosco is married to Perla. And Gale is unmarried. So we are Izan. We are 34 years old. I'm gonna be him. He's a genius, sociable, and just. And also a seducer. You get what you want, or whomever. That was a really difficult word to pronounce. Whoever he wants. And our coat of arms. Oh, I like that. I really do like that. Yes, I do. And the icon a bit more like that. I like that. And we should probably go where? I feel like this is a bit new from when I played last time around, actually. When our house embarked on the journey to Calderia, we... Yes, what did we do? That is a good question. And I actually do not know. No, I don't. The current amount of population living in the fiefdom. Actually, I like the mountain range, but we did that the last time around, so I'm gonna try a different one. We're gonna go for the flatlands. We were among the first to arrive near the Emperor's land in the east. Choose starting location. Bugina. We are really low for metal ore, but quite good in everything else. 9 workers, 13 buildings. 8 workers, 15. Okay. This one seems like it's really easy, actually. A bit too easy, in all honesty. Easy. This is actually a bit more difficult, and I can see why. We are minus in a lot of things. A lot of work is though in a lot of buildings. Should we go for difficult? I don't feel like that's a smart thing to do. Should we go for easier? I actually do not know. We're gonna go for beginner. The vicinity of the volcano contributes to the presence of extremely fertile soils. Eastern provinces traverse the fiefdom when yearning to reach the capital or the Isle of Osa. The capital is actually here. This circumstance enhances the profitability of the fiefdom's market, and we are still gonna keep the name Bugina. So we get bonus to crops, gold and grapes, and a minus to metal ore. 9 workers, 13 buildings. High starting population. Yeah, 9 is high actually. Confirm. Would you like to have a tutorial? No, thank you. I did that last time around. If you want to see that, make sure to check my pre-early access series if you haven't done so already. But if we go for the conditions, we should assign an overseer, make an official visit, and construct a building. Right. Where is my count? I would guess that Monte is my count. I guess I'll try to use relation. Yeah, it seems like this actually. It seems to be like that. And it seems like I didn't go offline on Steam. That seems like a bit of a stupid thing to do. Oh, right. We're actually not... Or are we? No, we're actually underneath this person. Okay. So Count Aguinaldi, we're actually going to go for an official visit, and he's really good. He's a genius. I'm just gonna put him for an official visit to the Count and make some relations with him, and then we're gonna assign an overseer here in Bugina. We are making a lot of crops. Like a shit ton of crops, if you pardon my French. Right, we are not making anything in here though, which is kinda stupid. We are making wine though. We are making, no, we're not making grapes. We are making wine. I actually don't need wine at this moment in time. These things are actually more important. Horses are not important. Could make some money just now in the beginning. Gale is not the one I'm playing as. He's actually really good. I'm gonna put him into farming just to make them happy, to make sure we increase our population and increase production, which means I can probably move you into wine. That actually decreased production a lot. How good are the rest of you? We have a lot of people in the family. He is good, but he's not particularly good at being an overseer. What decides being a good overseer is actually diplomacy for basically how happy they are, and the military for how effective they are. Perla is good too, and Amber is incredible. She's really good. Jesus, she's good. She's better than he is. Gale, you should probably be in... I guess you can be in the vineyard because there are 2 people in the vineyard, and then I'm going to put Perla into masons because I do need masonry. And I didn't mean to check you twice. Right. How good are you, Helia? I guess you're decent enough when it comes to relations. If Dalmalius were a bit better at diplomacy, he still would be only decent. You, my dear lady, should go to where? Actually, I think I need a lot of wine because the thing of wine, actually, is it because it's good for, if we look at farmers, it's the high wage level, basically making people happier. And having extra happiness is actually really good. So we do have a lot of growth here in the beginning of the game. That's really good. Costco is actually terrible. Right. That seems to be just about right. We do have 2 unmarried family members. Gale, the good one, and Amber, which is who? Who is the really good one. You need to get married. I would like to not lose you when I do marry you off, because I did make that happen the last time around. But I feel like Amber is actually really good. I guess Cyro is decent. Are there any other people to go for? Duke Galen. He's decent, I guess, if there are any other people. That's actually our count. He's decent, he's well-rounded. Sure, I'm gonna send her to that person. You... No. Really good at diplomacy. Sure. And that seems to be just about right. And now, can we build any buildings? No, we cannot. We are currently limited in what we can build, probably because of the lack of resources. That's good to know. I guess we're gonna have to wait. We are losing 2 population per day, but hopefully those courtships can go well. And we're also gonna get Isan back, and then we can put him into the farmers and make them happy. So that seems just about right. We're gonna get on playing with the game. I feel like I'm already speeding things up because I'm just excited to see things happening. And it's also nice just kind of having a clue what I'm doing, because when I played this the first time, I didn't really know at all what I was doing inside the game. Things just didn't really work out for me. And I did make a lot of mistakes. And I'm probably going to make even more mistakes in this campaign, but who knows. Nightfall of Poems. A beautiful night treats listeners to warm winds and a mesmerizing starry sky cast shimmering lights making the gathering magical. And the mesmerizing... Okay, I'm getting kind of the sentence wrong there. Amber participates in this event at the request of her family to represent House Ferty and to meet Ugo. I'm trying to marry you to him, right? He's a bit old. Right. While listening to poems about the miseries of life, she notices Ugo looking in her direction and smiling invitingly. So they're listening about the miseries and he is looking at her invitingly. That seems just about right. Comparing diplomacy, she's much better. Observe, comparing intrigue, she's kind of better. Write a poem. I'm just gonna talk to him. She subtly tries to make a good impression of Ugo. During their conversation, she changed the subject completely and it suddenly seems like she's lost interest in him. She tries again, but Ugo, looking disappointed, makes an excuse to move on to another table. We failed. Well, that's a bit shameful. However, Aguinaldo is pleased with Isam Ferty's visit. To mark his arrival, he arranges a feast. But that's very nice of him. During the evening, Isan is encouraged to give a speech without warning. He decides to address and toast. Right, we are basically going for peacemaker. Scholar, we are scholar. My diplomacy and my intrigue. My diplomacy is good, my intrigue is kind of basic. I'm gonna try this one though. He is flattered by my sweet words and wants to introduce Isan to many of his courtiers. That worked out for us. Really good. Awesome. I would like to get people back though, so we can start making things happening. I feel like that's his son actually, so that's good for us. Now, we actually need to marry off Isan too. Keita, dinner at sunset. Keita surprises Gale with an invitation to participate to a luxurious dinner at sunset in her pavilion. Gale can't miss this opportunity, so he goes to this event with excitement. I would be excited too. The dinner, with all of the delicious food and beautiful evening sky, painted in different shades of red, makes Keita look radiant, and talking with her makes Gale happy. How could he make this evening last for longer? I was saying forever. Whisper praise. No. Compliment the dinner. Yeah, sure. I am going to compliment the dinner. And that did work out. He compliments the food and service throughout the dinner. He appreciates that appreciates the relaxed and artistic atmosphere. The sunset paints the sky into a flame-like canvas, and the competent servants ensure the evening is enjoyable. She smiles and asks Gale to accompany her for a nightcap. Do not ask me what a nightcap is, because I do not know. I would like to get his son married off. Preferably to someone good. She's decent. Hero Valentinia. She's 35. She can have babies. We're basically the same age. Is likely to be forced to join family Valentina if courting is successful. I would not like that. Go for the next one. That's also a count. Yeah. Are there any barons around? Yes, there are. Are there any good barons around? She's 43. No, thank you. I'm just thinking about fertility here. I'm sorry, guys. We go for Jacinta. That's good enough. And Amber, for now, you're gonna stay here. Just try and make sure that people are happy. We are going to get you married soon enough, but you are still young. You're only 22. 23 actually. So you have time to wait. We can still not build any buildings, but we're gonna have to wait. So basically we're gonna get Isan married, and we're also gonna get Gale married, right? And hopefully that's gonna happen soon enough, and then we can get Amber married too. Hopefully. Hopefully. Life event. Fosco, 30, is taking his daily walk around the keep. While resting in a garden, a pure white cat comes out of the bushes, stretches and approaches Fosco. On closer look, its eyes are white too. It's albino. Nice. Could this be a bad omen? How should he greet this little creature? Don't give it any attention. He's really good at intrigue. Try to pet it. No thank you. Scare it away. His military. Right. I will lose points. No thank you. I'm just gonna not give it any attention. He became thoughtful. The cats curl up next to Fosco and enjoys a nap there. What a beautiful creature this land has given birth to. He thinks and has a feeling the creature isn't cursed. Okay. Interesting. We can actually build things now. Masons, freeholders, herdsmen, winemakers. I would like masons because I would like to make more materials, if possible. Thread wheel cranes. Absolutely, we go for that one. Yes, I don't care. Go for it. And we're gonna finish off this first mission, and then we are going for basically trade, court member. Send a court member. Is that basically to another court? I guess it might be that one, in actual fact. Yes, it might be. Interesting. Right. A date at the theater. There's a lot of dating going around in the air right now. Gale was told about the traveling theater group playing at the Dot. He decides to use the performance as an excuse to spend time with Keita. The troupe Commedia de Calderia relentlessly ridicules the nobility while also poking fun at commoners and burghers. Keita watches the performance intensely, and Gale has a hard time interpreting what she might be thinking. After the first act, Gale starts a conversation about the play. That's basically a schemer. We are not a schemer. Okay, mock the troop. Military. We are better. Comparing diplomacy, we are better, but only slightly. Comparing intrigue, we are only slightly better. I'm actually just gonna go for... I'm going to go for this one. Mock the troop. Gale comments on the miserable efforts of the actors. The critique on society and the upper class doesn't go down well with Gale, and he feels that making fun of the stupidity of the commoners doesn't carry the story enough to keep him interested into the end. Keita agrees with some of the criticism, but she liked the actors mocking the commoners and burghers. They both agree that laughing at the Emperor is tasteless and vulgar and should definitely be censored from the play. They are basically a bit politically correct. Well, that's boring, but she liked it. Nice. I guess that's nice for them at least. Right. I'm feeling like my throat is a bit rough today, so I'm a bit sorry about that. Exceeding expectations. I feel like that's an Harry Potter grade actually. EE. While overseeing winemakers, Helia Ferty constantly tries to tackle new challenges. Well, that's nice for her. One comes right to her in the middle of the day via a messenger. Isan has asked her to exceed current production of winemakers. She knows immediately a way to achieve this. We are scholar, borrow extra hands, her economy and intrigue, military and diplomacy. That is actually bad though for us because we are scholar. I'm gonna borrow extra hands. And she gets some workers from an unnamed acquaintance in return for a favor. With the extra help, winemakers' operations are carried out in record time, but the quality of work dips for the unskilled workers. It has changed by 5% for 90 days. Well, thank you. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, as we can see up here. But who cares? Nightfall of Poems. A beautiful night treats listeners to warm winds, and a mesmerizing starry sky casts shimmering lights, making the gathering magical. His son participates in this event at the request of his family, to represent House Ferty and to meet Giacinta. This beautiful, poised, and kind, and cruel. Well, that seems a bit contradictory. She's known for her kindness and her cruelty. That's good to know. She's kind to the righteous and she's cruel to the miserable people. Right, while listening to poems about the miseries of life, well, I guess she's cruel, he notices Jacinta looking his direction and smiling invitingly. She wants to talk about cruelty and she wants to inflict it on me. Probably in the bedroom. Should he take it a step further and introduce himself to Jacinta? Oh man. Diplomacy. We are much better at diplomacy. Observe her. No. Talk to Giacinta. Peacemaker. Isolationist. Or idealist. Schemer. Peacemaker. Okay, we're gonna talk to her. Isan slyly includes himself in the same group with Giacinta for the night. By talking and joking, Isan tries to make a good impression on Giacinta. It feels like everyone is having fun and enjoying the night. She casts a lot of long looks at Isan and giggles while listening to his stories. I guess that worked out. We are a seducer, so we have it in the blood. A date at the theater. We are basically having the same thing happening again. Mock the troop. Comparing military, it could work out. Praise their ingenuity. Schemer, we are actually not schemers, but I guess it's better going for the general one. I should probably comparing. I'm gonna mock the troop, and it did work out. Thank you. We are getting Giacinta to our family, hopefully. At least I would hope so. We have started building masons that are soon being finished. That's good for us. We gained Gale back, meaning we can get him basically back to work. Tactless words. Dalmau often speaks before he thinks. He has just said that Perla's new poem was awful. She's really offended. Okay. Apologize. You are basically of the same family, you know. Apologize, please. She's stubborn, genius, and just. So him apologizing, I hopefully would make her happy. She accepts it, but she's still hurt. Okay. Well, it did work out. Okay, Gale, I need to get you working. Because of right now, we don't have this person at home. Try and keep the population growing, thankfully, hopefully. And we could probably send Amber away to be married soon enough. You have successfully completed the initial growth of your fiefdom and of your own power. This is just the first step in your path to prominence. Excellent. Yes, excellent. We basically finished the first victory condition. What I'm going to look for, traditions. If I gain this, each building upgrade is 25% cheaper. Right. To be decided, okay? This game is still in early access. That's probably the reason why. Make a trade and send a court member. What would I like to get? Some metal ore, probably. Count? Do we have anyone being good at diplomacy and economy? So I would like to get some metal ore, please. Just a little tiny bit. And for that, I'm going to give you what? Probably something worth a lot. Like wine. Yeah, like wine. And I would like to make a good trade. And who would I like to send? My opponent is decent enough. If we look at the social conflict, because we might get into fighting this guy. Please show me. Come on, show it to me. He is much better. If you look at Gale, he is actually really good. I'm going to put him into doing this. I only want a few trips. I only want one trip, actually. That works out for me. Right, so only one trip, and I'm gonna send him to do it. Send. And I also need to send a court member. I'm gonna send the court member to the count. Send the court member, and I'm gonna send one not doing anything in particular right now, like Fosco or Dalmau. I'm gonna send Dalmau, actually. Go away and make some friends. ABC of diplomacy. You have successfully acquired the basic skills in the art of diplomacy. You are now on the better side of those who fool and those who are fooled. New objectives unlocked. Thank you. We need to go for courting, proposing marriage, and arranging a wedding. That seems to be a good one. We already have courted someone. We need to propose marriage and we need to arrange a wedding. Right. And Isan is finished. He's actually not. I'm a bit stupid. Trade delegation. Valerio Aguinaldi contemplates the offer you have presented, and while it's clearly a generous one, they feel like you're trying to buy your way into their good graces. Our integrity is not for sales. Why are you offering this to us? Convince him. Scholar. Basically my diplomacy. I would like this one. We are very good at diplomacy. We could convince him. We recite an old fable with the moral that good actions always get repaid somewhere else. He believes that the trade is offered with genuine intentions. Thank you. Right. Isan, if you wouldn't mind, get to work. Thank you. I need to keep my population growing. I also need to increase my max population if possible. Sometime in the future. Where is Fosco? He's terrible. He's good at intrigue though. So I guess that's something. Would I like to spy at someone? Well, that's a good question. I actually don't know. We're just gonna let the game keep on moving for a night. Some time. A night of dancing. On the night of Dalmo's arrival to be considered as a court member at Stanti, Valero arranged a ball for the court. Participating in group dance could be a chance to raise status in the company. Okay. Impress them. Flirt. In all honesty, he's not particularly good at any of those things. He performs well enough and in harmony with the other courtiers. He is welcomed formally to court after the ball. It worked out. Well, that's good. That's actually really good. Can I build anything? I cannot. Is there a particular reason why I cannot build anything? I would like you to tell me, game. I need materials. Yes, I do. How can we get more materials? By having more workers doing materials at this moment. So basically we're gonna do it like that. And don't care about money for this moment in time. Because I can survive without money for now. Happy birthday! Gale is now elderly. Yes, he is. To capture his legacy, the portrait will be renewed. You have seen many friends and enemies, and you have experienced earthly burdens and pleasures. Ainum's winds will now carry you forward. Happy birthday, Gale. You are now old. And Isan is middle-aged. There will be destinations that are happy and some which are sad, but each of these will build up a better future than the past. Well, that seems a bit hopeful, but hopefully that's going to be hopeful for us and for this family. When can I propose marry? Elia and Dolma, for a second I was thinking they were married. They are expecting a child. That's actually really good. We can actually marry off Isan now. If he's not busy, he's not. He's not gonna give us I guess he's gonna give us kind of an alliance with those people. Get married to Giacinta, Isan. Get moving. If you wouldn't mind. Trade. House Monspera wants to initiate trade with House Ferty. Nestoria Monspera has arrived at the beginning to propose a trade deal to Helia. She thinks that Nestoria is only looking to make a profit with the deal and it doesn't benefit Ferty as much. It doesn't. I would not like that, actually. I would not. This is not a good deal. They're basically paying in money for crops. It is a lot of money and I am making a lot of crop. But this is a real lot of crops, which I currently do not have. So please, go away. And they're not going to be happy about that, but go away, please. And that's actually the Viceroy, so they are really not going to be happy about that. Right, Gale, you can get working to the farmers, make them happy. Thank you. And now, actually, Amber, I would like you to get married. Not to that old man, though. That's a count. That's a duke. That's a baron. That's better. He's okay. We can go for that guy. I think I can beat him in a conflict. Yeah, we can absolutely beat him in a conflict. Yes, we could. Send. Get her married, please. Go away, Amber. Find your wings. Find your wedding. House Agnaldi is organizing a wedding between Ugo Agnaldi and Krita Trenkar in Stanti province. You are invited to send a member of your house to take part in the celebration. Okay. Who can I send? Do I want to send Helia? Sure. Go away. Have fun. Drink a lot of wine, but not too much wine. Because we do want you back alive. I would like her to die. Marriage proposal. Here we go. Isan and Giacinta sit across from each other at a private dinner table. Their eyes fondly focus on each other as they discuss the important matter at hand. They have courted each other and are now trying to decide which one of them will join the other's family and reside in their fiefdom. My fiefdom, please? Once they have resolved this matter, they will finally become engaged to be married. According to tradition, the house that will gain a new family member through marriage also promises to pay for the wedding expenses. The new marriage will form an alliance between the two houses, strengthening their family's position and resources. It will be a small wedding. Convince her to join my family, and this is gonna be a social conflict. And that's gonna be fine by me. Right. Pardon me. She is not very good. We are kinda good. 2 military guys, and military are bad against economy, right? Yes, economy is good against military. And diplomacy is good against economy. And military is good against intrigue. Right. We can choose 4 people. We are going to go for the economy person, obviously. We're going to go for the really good military one. The kind of good diplomacy one. And who? The other kind of good military one? They don't have any diplomacy people. I'm gonna go for this guy. Confirm. Right arrange wedding. Jacinta and confidant. Who should we send in? We should probably send in Isan. He's good at fighting against her. He's gonna conquer his wife on the battlefield. Intrigue. Military is good against intrigue. I'm gonna send in my best military guy, and then I'm gonna move you like that, and you like that. Yes. And stop there, and then we're gonna send in. They are sending in 1 economy guy and 1 decision guy. Economy guy. I'm just gonna send in my people, I guess, but you should move up here. Yes, you should. And who should I get? You should move up here. This is actually a bit bad because they're flanking me from more sides than I'm flanking them. That's not particularly good for us. Can I move up? Is it possible to move up? No, it's not. I think we're gonna lose this one. I'm gonna send in the last guy too, because I guess we're gonna need him into the fight. Hopefully we can beat this one out. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. No, wait. She's better. He's better at defending though. I guess that's fine. He's a tank. All nodes connected to this unit get conquered. That's cool. So if I use that one, enlighten. Yeah, it did work out. Move up here. Pardon me. I'm feeling a bit rough in my throat. You, my man, go up here. You, my man, go up there. And she can beat that guy. And you can beat that person easily. Or you should be able to beat that person. My future wife. You should be able to beat my wife. Come on, man. And you could. Thank you. And there we go. We will get a person. Now we need to arrange a wedding. And if I understand this correctly, it's diplomacy, arrange wedding. Isan and Giacinta is going to cost us 50 crops, 10 gold, 20 wine, and 5 materials. gonna arrange the wedding. Apparently we're gonna arrange the wedding up here, which is interesting. Blood is thicker than water. You have now learned the importance of marriage. Blood bonds are stronger than steel and are often the difference between being one in shackles and the one who breaks them. Okay, nice. Did we gain this new person? Building bonds. Amber's servant informs her that Noemi Kudo has a business in town and she would like to meet. Amber thinks this would be a perfect opportunity to build bonds. How would Amber proceed to do that? Should she lavish Noemi with gifts, challenge her with all-night partying, or just spend some quality time together? Noemi is a bit of a genius. Look at her. Buy the best pet you can find. Peacemaker, schemer, and idealist. Comparing military. We are kind of better at military, but average relations, friendship status. No thank you. I'm gonna try this one. Noemi and Amber drink all night in the tavern, feeling happy and enjoying the night. They talk and laugh with each other until it's time to go home. She is cheerful. That's really good. Unlock 7 companions, unlock 5 military units, recruit spy, grow your fiefdom to 12 population. That is a lot of things that we need to do. By the way, what do we need? What do we need for more things to happen? I would like to keep improving this one. If I would want to be able to unlock Mason quarries, I would need this one. And I'm going to go for quarries. 100%. I want to be able to make metal ore myself. We're not going to be making a lot of it, but I would like to be able to make it at least somewhat. Although it's probably better to trade for it. Elderly. Happy birthday, Dalmau is now elderly. To capture his legacy, the porter will be renewed. It's the same quote as before. Okay. Dinner at sunset. Kelly surprises Amber with an invitation to participate to a luxurious dinner at sunset in his pavilion. Okay. Whisper praise. My intrigue. Really good. Compliment the dinner. My diplomacy. Really good. I'm going to compliment the dinner. She compliments the food and service throughout the dinner. She appreciates the relaxed and artistic atmosphere. The sunset paints the sky into flame-like canvas, and the competent servants ensure the evening is enjoyable. We are gonna get Yuseli into our family easily. Hopefully. I'm not taking off my victory before, because that has bited me in my backside before. In all honesty. Who is that visitor? Vicente. A new child is born. Helia Ferty has given birth to a new member of House Ferty. Congratulations. How do I decide? Oh, I didn't get to choose her name. Dahlia. What is Helia doing? She should have been doing a lot of things. She's not particularly good. I would like to get my person married. Preferably today. A date at the theater. Amber is going to a theater with Giselle. Mock the troop. Could work out. Praise their ingenuity. Could also work out. I'm going to praise their ingenuity. And it worked out. Awesome. I like this. I like being able to win my marriages, okay? I didn't like when I played this game before and I basically lost everyone in my family because I lost every social conflict about it. Ambiguous rulers. Okay. Perla meets Vicente in a tavern at beginner and they end up having a quarrel about the rules of the game of pearls. After round, what is a game of pearls? Is that when you use these glass pearls and I don't know. How should she save her honor and avoid making the situation between the two families any worse? Should she walk away or should she use sleight of hand? Or maybe Perla could try to convince Vicente that he was playing by the old rules. Schemer. Comparing diplomacy could work out. Comparing intrigue could not work out. No. It didn't work out. Okay. He spit at the ground. That's not particularly nice of him. Finally, wedding. House Ferty is organizing a wedding between Isan and Giacinta. You're invited to send a member of your house. I'm invited to send a wedding to a house with one of my own family. Okay, Helia, go away. Okay, I'm sending someone to attend the marriage with the person in my family. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Ranks of Calderia. A herald has arrived from the capital to deliver a royal invitation for his son. By decree of the Emperor bowing the sea, the sigil of Pramatos and of bloodline immortal, third of his siblings and fifth of his name, Elius Palatine the Generous. Official honorary titles shall be bestowed upon the great Houses of Calderia as a token of gratitude for serving the realm and the crown. Viceroy Nerea of House Monspera has departed to the Isle of Osa to begin the preparations for the selection of these titles. She's really bad. She's awful. Isan of House Ferty is hereby summoned to the Isle of Osa to represent her house and to declare how they may best serve the crown. Soon enough, I'm getting married first, if you wouldn't mind. Please? I think that's the first thing. Vicente has come to visit. What should we do? Collective economy? Collective intrigue? Peacemaker? Or is generic traditions? My military, my diplomacy, my intrigue. That should work out, because Amber is awesome. It did work out. And Amber could actually get married. Awesome. Go for it, Amber. Make me happy, make me proud, and marry that woman. Not that woman, marry that man. Gale has begun his journey to the Isle of Osa. Oh, because Isan is actually busy with being married. Or getting married, but I feel like Gale is actually decent. Represent House Ferty in the selection of ranks of Calderia. Safe journey. Right. Save date. Fosco receives an old-looking letter. When he opens it, a shiver runs up his spine, noticing it was an invitation to an important celebration that he has now missed. Write an apology letter. Is there anyone with scholar? No. Write an apology? No. Throw the invitation away? No. Yes. It cost us gold, but it worked out. It did. It's no longer arbitrary though. Which in all honesty is probably a good thing. Yes, it is. Wedding. There is someone getting married and I'm not particularly fussed about it. And we have arrived at the Isle of Osa. When is my guy getting married? Wedding ceremony. The wedding of Isan Ferty and Giacinta Polimo has begun. As per tradition, both brought a grape wine, cutting from their homes to plant side by side. As the grapes mature, a wine will be made from them, and it is said that its taste will predict the future of the marriage. Okay. He's married, and now he's getting home, and we should probably get another person. Yeah, Giacinta. Welcome to the family, my dear. You're only decent. Middle-aged. Giacinta is already middle-aged and she just arrived. Well, that's too good for her. And I'm actually going to take a break there. I was only waiting for the wedding to happen because who doesn't like weddings? I actually went to a wedding this summer. My brother got married to his wife. And they have been together for about 3 years, I think, and they finally got married this summer. And weddings are actually really nice affairs. I just have to say so. I haven't been to too many weddings for some reasons. I think most of my friends haven't gotten to the age yet where they want to commit to another person to that degree or something like that. But going to weddings are fun, and hopefully Isan had fun at his own wedding, as did Helia, because I forced her to go. And hopefully you had fun watching this video, and if you did, make sure to like this video. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you do not miss out on any future uploads. on this channel, especially from this game, guys. So also leave a comment down below if there's something that you want to talk about. But thank you for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.